All right guys, another day, another S2000 track review. This is a familiar car, Angus's 2000 AP1, but he's done a couple of things to this car since the last time I drove it at Thunderhill East. We're at Thunderhill West today, so he replaced his KWV3s with the Sakebomb coilovers. They're one-way adjustable. Apparently they share a lot of components with Öhlins Road and Track. You can pick these up for less than $2,000, I'm told, and they should feel very, very close to Öhlins. And hopefully these are an upgrade over the KWV3s, even though these are only one-way adjustable versus two-way. He also has this Mugen MSZ seat. It's not a full bucket seat, but it feels a lot like a Civic Type R seat, but a little bit more narrow in the bolsters. Very, very nice. Actually fits in the car quite well. I'm sitting maybe an inch too high for my liking, but the comfort is phenomenal. Aftermarket Project Mu Club Racer brake pads, otherwise they're stock brakes. He's got a CR wing on the back. Very mild setup. Hankook RS4 tires on Apex wheels. Let's see how this thing drives. you want to feel alive, drive an AP1 S2000 on track. It'll get your heart pumping, that's for sure. The car is just so damn twitchy. It requires all of your attention to drive hard. I didn't honestly do a very good job at representing what this particular car is capable of, because there are some quirks with this particular S2000. Same thing I felt the last time I drove it. The very high steering centering force. It makes it a little bit, in my opinion, harder to control once the car starts to oversteer. Also the fact that we're just on pads and fluid, the brakes on this car are not incredible. Going into this corner, I was definitely on the ABS more than I should have been. AP1 motor though, 9,000 RPM redline, 240 horsepower, completely gutless in terms of torque down low, but combined with this amazing 6-speed manual and a spoon lightweight flywheel, which I forgot to mention, it's just such a responsive little motor. Cable throttle, it's so direct, so one-to-one. And even after all these years, 24 years, 25 years actually, the AP1 S2000 still feels like one of the most driver-oriented sports cars you can buy. I just got out of a very well-modified ND2 Miata, coilovers, OS Geek and diff, stop tech brakes, and yet I'm having maybe more fun in the S2000. It requires more of my attention to drive hard. It's snappier at the limit, which makes it exciting and a really fun challenge for the experienced driver. But if you're not an experienced driver, I would say the AP1 does have a pretty high learning curve, and I never got fully comfortable with it, even with the 6 or 7 laps that I did. But that's part of the charm of this car. So shout out to Angus, mod list in the video description if you're curious. I'll see you in the next one.